we should support Andrew. I mean, he's ill-advised by the palace.
Right.
He's ill-advised by government ministers and whoever is in control of these things.
Yeah.
I mean, we only have to look at history. If you look at Princess Margaret, for example, seemed to go off the rails. Harry's done the same. Andrew's done the same. So there's a pattern here. And you can't help the family you're born into, can you?
No.
So we should be supporting these people, not sort of when they make stupid mistakes like talking to a Chinese spy.
Yes.
You know, he should never have got near a Chinese spy.
You could say that, you know, once somebody's behaviour attracts embarrassment, censure, you know, people are shocked by it, people are appalled by it, people really don't like it, it seems very questionable, then you might say that the brand, and it is a brand, the royal brand, it you know, attracts, as we know, millions, if not billions of pounds worth of tourism to this country. We need it to be shiny and nice looking and attractive. We don't need it to be, do we, stained by the behaviour of Andrew. We just really don't need it.
I sort of agree, but Harry's done the same. Princess Margaret did the same.
Well, hasn't done exactly the same. I mean, what, you know, Princess Margaret just she got divorced, and then she had a much younger boyfriend, but she didn't do anything dodgy, did she? It's not the same. It's not the same. And what Harry has done is also not the same.
But what I'm saying, Vanessa, is they all make mistakes.
Well, I don't know if they are mistakes. Harry wouldn't say he's made a mistake, would he? He'd say he's done the right thing for him and he's very happy. So I don't think he'd say he's made a mistake.
I think the jury's still out on that one.
Well, it's his own life, as many people have said, isn't it?
It's truly baffling to hear callers like Stephen defend Prince Andrew's actions, while simultaneously condemning Prince Harry and Meghan Markle.
Prince Andrew's shown himself to be lacking in his judgmental skills and in assessing the character of individuals he involves himself with. This is surprising given the nature of his upbringing. It might be reasonably assumed that advisors would be on hand to ensure he didn't fall into traps and keep making these errors of judgment that he seems to be regularly doing. I heard someone use the phrase useful idiot, and sadly this does seem to be somewhat appropriate with Prince Andrew. It's a phrase used by the Chinese government. It would therefore be perhaps advisable if the king did exercise some kind of control over the activities of Prince Andrew in the future. However, this is likely to be practically and diplomatically problematic. Nikki says, Vanessa, I never understand the hypocrisy of folk who show so much hate towards Prince Harry and his wife, while there's hardly a murmur against this arrogant freeloader Andrew Windsor. He's endangering the country with this Chinese spy, which should be of great concern to us. That's Nikki in Kent. And Sarah said, first-time caller, says they're the royal family who the British population look up to and learn from. They set examples to the UK on how to behave. This is disgraceful. He should be removed from the royal family.
Well, I'm sorry, but that simply isn't true, Vanessa Feltz firmly rebuked the caller. Just because Harry and Meghan haven't been accused of doing something dodgy doesn't make them above criticism. They've made a number of controversial decisions and statements that many find troubling, regardless of whether they've broken any laws. As public figures, they have a responsibility to the public they serve, and their actions deserve to be scrutinized. The fact that they haven't committed a crime doesn't mean we can't have a robust discussion about the ethics and propriety of their conduct. That's how a free and open society functions, through vigorous debate, not blind acceptance of whatever the royals do. I simply won't accept the premise that they're immune from criticism just because they haven't been charged with anything illegal. There are serious questions about their judgment and the impact of their choices, and those deserve to be aired and examined thoroughly. LBC, Vanessa Feltz, responds to callers' comments on Harry and Meghan. As the conversation on LBC turned to the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, a caller expressed their view that Prince Harry and Meghan Markle had done something dodgy. However, Vanessa Feltz was quick to offer a rebuttal, defending the couple and emphasizing that they had not, in fact, engaged in any wrongdoing. Feltz's robust response underscored her unwavering support for Harry and Meghan, even as some listeners appeared to harbor more critical opinions about the high-profile couple and their ongoing relationship with the royal family. LBC Vanessa Feltz issues a rebuttal to a caller. Well, I'm sorry, but I have to respectfully disagree with your assessment there. Just because Harry and Meghan didn't do something dodgy, as you put it, doesn't mean their actions were entirely above board. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have faced a lot of scrutiny over the years, and while they may not have broken any laws, their choices and conduct have certainly raised eyebrows among many in the public. We can't simply dismiss the concerns and criticisms they've faced as unwarranted. There are valid questions about the propriety of some of their decisions, even if they didn't technically do anything illegal. At the end of the day, public figures like the royals are held to a higher standard, and they need to be accountable for how they navigate that responsibility. But I appreciate you sharing your perspective. It's always good to have a healthy debate on these matters. Vanessa Feltz defends Harry and Meghan. Well, now hold on just a minute, Vanessa Feltz interjected firmly. I simply can't agree with that assessment. Harry and Meghan have not done anything dodgy or underhanded at all. They've been upfront about their decision to step back from royal duties and forge their own path. Whether one agrees with their choice or not, they've been transparent about their motivations and actions. Let's not jump to unfair conclusions here. There's no evidence to suggest they've acted in an untoward manner. They're simply trying to live their lives on their own terms, which is a right we should all be afforded. I won't stand for this kind of baseless criticism. Harry and Meghan deserve fair and balanced treatment, not hasty condemnation. Feltz, with a firm and authoritative tone, challenged the caller's dismissive stance. Well, I'm sorry, but I simply don't agree. The fact is, Harry and Meghan have faced intense scrutiny and hostility from sections of the British media. Just because they haven't been caught doing anything dodgy doesn't mean they haven't been the targets of unfair, relentless attacks. She went on to defend her position passionately, arguing that the couple deserved privacy and the chance to live their lives on their own terms. We can't just assume they're guilty until proven innocent. That's not how it works in a fair, democratic society. They have a right to protect their family and mental health, and I, for one, believe they've handled a very difficult situation with remarkable grace and dignity. The caller's voice shook with a mix of frustration and defiance as they responded to Feltz's rebuttal. Well, they didn't do anything dodgy, did they? They argued, their words tumbling out in a rush. The back and forth between Feltz and the caller grew increasingly heated, each side digging in deeper as they traded points and counterpoints. Feltz remained steadfast in her position, her measured tone betraying a hint of exasperation, while the caller stubbornly refused to back down, insisting that Harry and Meghan had done nothing to warrant the criticism they faced. The debate raged on, the two voices intertwining as they navigated the complex and emotionally charged issue, neither willing to concede ground in this ongoing battle of perspectives. The public was quick to react to Vanessa Feltz's forceful rebuttal of the caller's claim that Harry and Meghan didn't do something dodgy. Across social media, commentators weighed in with a range of perspectives. Some applauded Feltz for standing up for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, praising her assertive defense of the couple in the face of the caller's dismissive remark. Others, however, criticized Feltz for being overly partisan, arguing that she should have taken a more neutral stance rather than aggressively refuting the caller's viewpoint. The heated exchange sparked lively discussions among listeners, with many debating the merits of Feltz's response and the broader issues surrounding the public's perception of Harry and Meghan's actions. The latest episode in the ongoing saga of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex has once again thrust the royal family into the spotlight, sparking a wave of commentary, debate, and speculation across the public sphere. While the specifics of this particular incident may seem isolated, they in fact represent a broader and more complex tapestry of tensions and scrutiny surrounding the British monarchy and its most prominent public figures. From questions of privacy and transparency to the role of the media and public opinion, the repercussions of this affair extend far beyond the individuals directly involved. As the royal family navigates these turbulent waters, the wider implications for the institution's future and its relationship with the people it serves will undoubtedly continue to be a subject of intense interest and analysis. In her concluding remarks, Vanessa Feltz skillfully summarized the key points of the exchange and underscored the broader significance of the incident. She emphasized that regardless of one's personal views on the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, they did not do something dodgy that warranted such a dismissive and accusatory tone from the caller. Feltz gently but firmly reiterated that even public figures deserve to be treated with basic dignity and respect, and that rushing to judgment without all the facts sets a dangerous precedent. Her measured yet impassioned final words served as a thoughtful reminder of the importance of nuance, empathy, and fair-mindedness in public discourse, a fitting conclusion to a heated but ultimately illuminating discussion.